Ahoy! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another meeting of the Pirate National Committee. Today is October 19th, Sunday, which means once again, we are live. My name is Jolly Mitch DeVillo of the Chicagoland Nye, the Illinois Pirate Party, captain and friend of the show. Uh, Going around, we can begin with IDs. The first person I see is Drew.
Hi, Drew Bingaman, Pennsylvania Pirates.
Thank you. Uh, our first rep from Florida, David.
I'm David from Florida, and I guess I'm sort of the emergency backup rep.
Thank you, David. Which I would take then. Wanda, you I assume would be the main rep for Florida.
Indeed, I'm Wanda, main rep for Florida and U.S. Pirate Party Lookout.
Thank you kindly. I am seeing double for Dustin's, so if either of the two Dustins would like to ID, if any of your mics are working, we'll take your ID.
Hey there, Dustin for the Arizona Pirate Party First Mate.
Thank you kindly. Eli.
Eli McGee, Massachusetts representative.
Thank you kindly. And last but certainly not least, James.
Hello, I'm James. I'm representing the North Carolina Pirate Party.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, everyone. And Dustin just dipped out. I'm sure he'll dip back in. However, there it is. So, last week we had a discussion on a number of things, not limited to the 2026 conference. We also discussed the water plank. Other things that'll need to get discussed, if not today, at some point. We do have a vacancy at the captaincy of Young Pirates USA. That has actually been vacant, and unfortunately, it's been my lapse of bringing it up to say such a thing. It was brought up on the Young Pirates Discord. However, Rowan is no longer the captain of Young Pirates USA, so at some point, that will have to be a position filled. That's one I'm willing to let Young Pirates themselves fill. I don't think we have to have much say in that, but that is just a statement of vacancy. Otherwise, if there was anything about, we did have a few people from our coalition ask about it, mainly being Jason of the U.S. Transhumanist Party. I don't see Jason in the comments, although I'm sure if once I post the video in the Discord, he may pop up. But if we wanted to discuss anything with Young Hands, we could, or Young Hands, all hands, we could do that as well. Otherwise, we have free reign to start this meeting any way we please. So, floor is open if anyone had any old business they want to address, anything pressing they wanted to address. I would just want to leave the floor open for anyone that had something to say. I'm hearing nothing. So I will jump into a question really quick of Drew. Any campaign updates?
Mostly, not particularly. I did some networking yesterday in the local protest. But tomorrow night there is a candidates night for candidates for this year that I'm going to be attending, but not really speaking at because it's for candidates here in a few weeks. But just making appearances. So we're gonna be ramping stuff up here as soon as the November election is over. So I'm gonna have more details and more things going after that. So my Facebook page is live. I need 100 followers so that I can do live streams. Hang on a sec. Let me get you the name of that. I am Drew Bingaman for state. Why does Facebook have to be a pain in the butt? I am Drew Bingaman for State House 108 on Facebook. So if anybody would like to follow me, do me a favor following my Facebook page so that I can do some lives here coming up. That would be awesome.
And what I'm doing right now, Drew, is I am pasting that into the YouTube comment section. Which, by the way, Jason, I just mentioned you. I saw Jason of the U.S. Transhumanist Party is in the comments section. So just wanted to post and say hello to him. I have posted in the comments section the link to your Facebook, Drew. As well, I'm going to leave that in the YouTube description. So if anyone after the fact sees this and they wish to view your page, Drew, it'll be there waiting for them.
I appreciate it.
Of course. And then, of course, you just let us know if there's, once it comes time, I'm sure once everything's official post-November, you'll want more help ramping up and everything.
There'll be more, yeah.
So the same we did for Blaze, how we had a whole post on the website and made sure that he was a clear endorsement. We'll make sure to get that for you as soon as you're ready for it.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Drew. Real quick, I did see Darren pop in. Darren, if you wanted to give an ID really quick, whether on mic or in the chat. That wasn't. Hello, Darren.
Hello. Hi. How you doing?
Oh, feeling fantastic. How you doing?
I'm pretty. I'm treasurer of the California Pirate Party and the U.S. Pirate Party. You're on my boat.
Thank you kindly. Well, like I said, Darren, we were just discussing the same things we were discussing last time. Thank you, Drew, for letting us know what's going on with your campaign. We have a few topics we can continue on from last week, not least of which is the 2026 conference. We had a few locations that we brought up last week. That's one I feel like we could tackle right away just because we were just kind of pinning down different ideas for where to hold it. We were also talking about the water plank, and we were talking about just many different items. But if it's all the same to everyone, I think the continuation of the location for 2026 might be one of the easier conversations to get out the way. But last week we had listed a few different locations, not least of which we had discussed areas such as Boston as a thank you to the Massachusetts Pirates and making life a little bit easier for them. My suggestion, which is one I will drive hard for until I'm told no, was Vicksburg, Mississippi, and that is one that I can defend and pitch for, but give me some time for that one. We also discussed Mobile, Alabama, being the USS Alabama would have been an option to at least attend or take a field trip for. But one thing I for sure wanted to incorporate this time, if at all possible, is an idea we were, shooting for the 2025 conference. I want this conference on a boat. So if we nail that, we're golden. So the reason I am going to start with my Vicksburg pitch. The reason I originally said Vicksburg, Mississippi, and then I will leave the floor open to anyone who has any suggestions because we did have city ideas last time. So I just want to open with my own suggestion. Vicksburg, Mississippi is more centrally located in the United States. That's the easiest geographic location. Reason. However, not only is it central to the United States, it's going to be a little cheaper for this option. In Vicksburg, the Ameristar Casino, as is many casinos in Mississippi, is a riverboat turned into a casino. They're usually on the river with landfill that now makes it land sported, but unmistakably a boat. In Vicksburg, the Ameristar will rent out a conference room to us, either one that overlooks the Mississippi or one that we have a more private, localized room. Both rooms, no matter what we choose, will cost us $100. That's it. And that is a price that I'm willing to cover completely for the party. Obviously, anything else, any other option is probably going to be a lot more expensive. Don't let that factor into the decision, obviously, because Vicksburg is still something that people would need to get to, which should factor into the obvious of pricing. However, the the boat gimmick is too good, and it's the 20. It's going to mark 20 years of the Pirate Party existing. So, with that said, Vicksburg is a city that not only has historic relevance, being a major, Civil War battle point, so there is some history there. More important to me, and I am thinking about marketing when I say this, Vicksburg is where that famous story of Teddy Roosevelt not shooting the bear occurs, which is where the origin of the teddy bear comes from. And in my head, I could already picture the easy marketing of having a teddy bear dressed up as a pirate, to anticipate for the 2026 conference. I feel like that's an easy way to market Vicksburg, and it's an easy way to market the party without ruffling any feathers. Who's going to get mad at a teddy bear? But I didn't plan a pitch, but I did have my rationale. That's just some of my reasoning. I will continue to pitch Vicksburg until someone says stop pitching Vicksburg. But if anyone has any thoughts or ideas on conference locations, Eli, you're obviously in Massachusetts, and the Boston area is being considered based on not only suggestions from Joe, but it would be good to reward you all for being such a good representation of pirate politics in the United States. I feel like forcing the Massachusetts Pirates to not travel halfway across the country, or anyone traveling halfway across the country. But again, it's central, it's historic, it's a boat. That's really what my point boils down to. So again, I want to leave the floor open. I know we had a few suggestions. Wanda, I don't know if you wanted to discuss Mobile or if you wanted to add to anything. However, that's my comments, and I'm sticking to it. So the floor is open if anyone had any comments for the 2026 conference.
Well, I believe I said my piece about Mobile last meeting. I mean, it was just an idea I had. I have no issues with Vicksburg.
Thank you, Wanda. And Darren, go ahead.
Just wanted to say that anywhere that we have it, I've kind of got an in with any museum ship that's near there. So, as far as my position on my ship, we're very well known. I mean, I know that in Mobile, USS Alabama, I know in Vicksburg actually is the USS Cairo battleship museum. It's kind of I mean, it's like what is it, an ironclad? It's actually a pretty. I've followed with them before, so. But yeah, I'm all about boats. So my vote's for the boat.
My vote is for the boat. I'm going to remember that, and we'll be using that at some point later. Thank you, Darren. So yes, actually, the boat gimmick has been entirely what I've been driving locations on. So anything that we can get involving a boat would be rad. That's really it. That's really what my whole goal in trying to pick a location is. So I am not tied to Vicksburg, but it is the one I will fight hardest for. I just think that it would be really cool to, once again, we're going to have a hybrid meeting where anyone who can show up is encouraged to, if it's financially and time wise a thing that you can do. If not, it will still be held hybrid, so you can just attend online, and that's going to be fine either way, because anyone who can or can't attend, we're just happy to have the conference. 20 years of the Pirate Party, something to celebrate. But there's nothing to celebrate if we don't have anything going on, which is why 2026 is an especially important year with all the candidates that we have running. So that's another thing. I wanted to thank, not Drew, I could thank you all day for running, but thank you to everyone who supports us on YouTube and anyone who supports us in real life and anyone who's watching right now. Thank you for your support. Uh, we are a political party. We're not just a group of people who gather every other Sunday to discuss the state of the union. We are here to make differences. So I just want to take this time to encourage all of you, if you can run for something, it doesn't have to be as big as state Congress. It can be as small as school or library board. In fact, in 2027, I plan on running for my local library board because that's the soonest I can. And anyone who else can, if you have a local library board, if you've got a local school board, if you've got local anything where it says, man, I think I can make a difference, here's news for you. You can, and you should. But you can't make a difference if you don't run for something. Uh, Otherwise, I really didn't hear much conversation. No one really wanted to bite on the conference, so we'll push that to the side for next week. However, I will say I would like, and Drew, thank you. I'll let you.
I was just gonna say that if we should probably put together some those anybody that is looking to actually be sort of our host as far as this goes. I don't know if any of the states have any ideas. And not that I'm the Vicksburg thing sounds very interesting. But it would be best if somebody was, uh, you know, if somebody takes on the project, I guess is what I'm saying. So I would like that first, but that's just my opinion.
No, I do happen to agree with you, Drew. So I think just so this breaks containment and sees as many people as possible, I probably will put together a Google form just so we'll post that in the Discord. And if I get the Google form live as quick as possible, I could post it in the comment section of this stream as well. But I'll just leave it up for, do you have any suggestions of these cities? Which one would you do? We'll see, and we'll tally, and we'll just kind of, not only look at, see if there's anyone that's willing to host, but just get a general consensus about what people are saying. So I don't want it to just be a decision of 8 people. I certainly don't want it to be a decision of one person. So absolutely. We will get a Google form going as quick as we can, and I will make sure to have that in the Discord. And in 2 weeks' time, when we're back on YouTube, I'm sure we'll have we'll at least have something to look at and discuss. Otherwise, I actually don't know if we are ready to continue talking about the water plank. I know we all had a lot of statements to talk about last week about it, but a lot of people who were there last week aren't here this week, and a lot of people that I don't know if we actually took the time to translate our critiques over to the Etherpad. So I will table that myself just because I'm not sure if we actually have anything to discuss on the water plank today, unless anyone has anything burning about it. I'm hearing none. I'm looking on the YouTube comment section really quick. I like the tradition of meeting on water vessels on water. Me too, Daniel. Thank you. Would you support Vicksburg Bear be an emotional support bear? Yes, I would. So thank you to the commenters in the YouTube comment section, both of whom are our friends in the U.S. Transhumanist Party. We love you guys, and thank you for attending. Thank you for watching. Otherwise, I will openly ask, is there anything else that we wanted to discuss today? Darren, go ahead.
Okay, this is some shopping business basically, but I'm kind of waiting to get the Pirate Party bank accounts, the account numbers, so that I can register the URL. We've been talking. We need to Hello?
Mitch, you're muted.
Hello, thank you. Sorry, I was just telling Darren we missed that last part, or at least I did. I hope it wasn't just me.
Cut out for me too.
Okay, good.
Okay, I just I need
Same
to
for
get
me.
yeah, just connect with the bank. So whoever's got those, they can get them to me on the Signal Quartermaster chat.
It again, you broke up just a little bit, but it just sounds like you need information for the Pirate Party bank account in the Signal chat. Is that? And if that is the case, Darren, I will make sure we'll get in discussions with Jamie, Joe, and Drew. If you do know anything, we'll right on. Either way, we will absolutely work on that for you, Darren.
I think that's Joe and Jamie. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, Darren, we have the we can make sure to get that for you. And I think we have the quartermaster chat. If we'll get the information in there, and I'm sure Joe has all the information you're looking for.
That's all I need.
Perfect. Thank you.
I was going to ask also. I was also going to ask. Do we actually have any funds in the account to actually do like a campaign, a small campaign?
I do believe we have funds in the account. In terms of numbers, I couldn't give you one. I know just based on donations of the last couple of years, I don't think we've actually spent that money on anything. So I know we do have coins in the coffers. I'm just not sure 100% how many.
We'd probably have to have a whole discussion about best to look at backing some of our candidates.
Again, you did break up a little bit, Darren, but it did sound like it was a discussion about backing our candidates. And I agree, especially if you're talking about like financially. That's one thing that I think we've just struggled in general with is I think we do need to fundraise a little bit better. I just know personally I hate asking for money. But that's just as a political party, I think we're gonna have to get over. But it's.
I understand completely. I've been doing that out here. Like I said before, I've been approaching some of the tech people that I know, and like Graham Cohen, who wrote BitTorrent. He's kind of responsible for the Pirate Party. So throw us some money, and he's considering it. I've been talking to the person I know out here. California Pirate Party, U.S. Pirate Party, because it's more useful, I think, at the national level at this point.
Absolutely. Just for shits and gigs, I'm just gonna throw this out there. If anyone has ideas in the future for fundraising or just for getting us out there to possibly raise funds in any type of way, any and all suggestions are welcomed. We need money.
Marketing.
Yeah,
I think is that we should think about is more how we can get our name out there with the least amount of money. And there's a lot of ideas that I have, but I'll kind of throw it into a doc or something.
That would be great. And I actually there's a number of people I know in the party, Cy, not least of which is included when I say this, that would love to have different ideas for just getting our name out there. And when I say this too, I think we would have a lot of fun with that, of brainstorming, coming up with ideas, and most importantly, I think executing those ideas. I think we'd all have a lot of fun with. So please, anyone who has any ideas, say them, deliver them. We are happy to listen, happy to give them a shot. Otherwise, folks, I don't know if we have anything else that is eating at our hearts and minds, and if not, I will accept a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
Thank you. And Drew, I assume that's what the hand raise was, right?
Yep, that was it.
Fantastic. I have a motion to adjourn and I have a second. Do I have any objections to said motion and said second? Folks, Indiana, it looks like they're trying to join. They just missed it. It's okay. Folks, thank you so much for attending the... Uh-oh. What do you mean they got...
What?
Yeah, hey, folks, we... Give me one moment, folks.
Are they in the wrong meeting?
I can't help but think they are. So,
What's
folks,
going on?
You'll have to forgive us, folks. We just got word from the Indiana Pirate Party that there seems to be a number of people waiting in the wrong room, which would be a development if I've ever heard one. So, hang tight for just one moment, and for later, I may, if no one pours in, I'm just going to accept that motion in second. But if we have 12 people suddenly pouring in, that's going to be certainly something. Ahoy, Jester. Ashley, do we have 12 people waiting? What's going on?
Yeah, so if you check the IRC channel, there is currently 12 individuals in there at the moment.
So, this might be a problem just based on the fact that we are switching back and forth between IRC and Jitsi, but the IRC weeks we're still going to Jitsi, just with a different Jitsi link.
Yeah.
It may be a system I'm going to have to correct in the near future. And I am looking, I apologize to anyone who did pop up and miss this meeting. If you showed up to IRC and you missed it, I apologize, deeply apologize. Because this was not an IRC week, this is a Jitsi week, and I do try to specify as best as I can, and if the specification was missed today, my apologies. However, next week is a Jitsi week, or I'm sorry, is an IRC week. Next week is an IRC week, and from the IRC, we will post a separate, different Jitsi link to meet from there.
I think people got confused on that in particular because it was a few weeks ago I didn't attend, but that was because I was waiting in the IRC for the Jitsi link. So I think a lot of us may have gotten confused by that.
Well, then maybe it would just be better to start an IRC normally and then just say either proceed to this normal meeting or drop the link for the public meeting.
So real quick, Sai, I just seeing what I saw, I'm going to get you in the in the Signal chat. Frank, I apologize because now it does seem like people are saying that it did seem like it was going to be a IRC meeting, which I did say it was going to be live streamed, but I'm not going to alleviate myself of any guilt when I say that. So I think I will just simply say my bad. I apologize. And from now on, I will make sure to be more clear about whether the meeting is going to be held via the YouTube live stream or whether it's going to be held via the, IRC. Sai, while I did send you the link, I know that we're about to wrap up, so I apologize to you. However, the link I just sent you is the link for these meetings on the live stream weeks. The IRC link that we send for the Jitsi meetings are typically different. And we're going to be running this system until November, November 6th? Or no, what did we say? November 9th was going to be the last meeting. Thank you. I'm sorry. So November 9th is when we stop running that system, and I'm sure it's going to be less complicated, but we will work on it. And then Sai and Jester for both popping in. I apologize for the confusion. I just gave the whole spiel about how I will be more clear and we will correct that, and this won't happen anymore. But thank you both for showing up. We did have a vote to Jason suggested we could hang on Discord voice afterwards, and I think we will. I think I will hop in Discord voice just to catch up on anything that anyone missed or wants to discuss. However, we did have a motion to adjourn in a second. I will give the time to both Sai and Jester if any of you had anything you wanted to say before we head out, or if there's anything pressing you want to stop our adjournment for. The floor is open to the both of you.
Not for me, no, but thank you for the opportunity.
Of course. Sai, did you have anything? Sai, I am hearing nothing from you. So, folks, thank you all for attending. You are the best in the West, and when you're the East, you're in the best in the East. So, folks, you are the best. Thank you so much. This has been the conclusion of another Pirate National Committee meeting. As always, folks, vote Pirate. Victory is ours. And you know something, Drew? I really love this party. You know why? Because we believe that the United States should be a good neighbor. We believe in cool, clean water, like Hank said. And we believe that if purchasing isn't ownership, well, then piracy isn't theft. Folks, this has been the October 19th meeting of the Pirate National Committee. Vote Pirate. Victory is ours. And you have a great rest of your night.